Hello everybody, Root Beer here. I thought I'd start us off with a brand new series of taking a look at the grade 7 level Gauss contest. So it's put out by the University of Waterloo, and it's aimed at grade 7 North American education, specifically Canada. Don't get it confused with the grade 8 Gauss contest. For some reason, both the grade 7 and grade 8 contests are called the Gauss. So it's a 25 question multiple choice contest, so how about we take a look at it? I'll put a link to it in the description, so you're welcome to download or print off a copy and try it for yourself before you actually start watching the solutions that I'm going to present. And we're going to be starting, as I try to, with the turn of the millennium. There are older Gauss contests you can go back and try, and if I have time, I'll go back and try the 1999, 1998, and so forth. But we're just going to start off with the 2000 Gauss contest. And it's always a good idea, if you have the time, if you're actually doing these contests, to take a look. It's going to be 1 hour, and let's read some of the other instructions. Don't open the exam booklet. That's if you're actually writing it. It's always going to be 5 possible answers, A, B, C, D, E. You'll have to bubble them in if you're actually doing this contest for real. Solutions, they don't care about them. They just are looking for final answers. If you're looking for contests that help you practice solutions, I would suggest the Freyr, the Galois, Hypatia, and Euclid contests put out by the University of Waterloo. What's really important is that this contest is broken down into 3 parts, Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A has 10 questions, Part B has 10 questions, and Part C has 5 questions. Each question in Part A is worth 5 marks, each question in Part B is worth 6, and each question in Part C is worth 8, for I believe a total of 150 marks overall. Part C questions are going to be the hardest, Part A the easiest, that's okay. Now, since this is multiple choice, they try and incentivize you away from taking guesses and actually focus on the math. So if you have an incorrect answer, you're not going to get anything taken off. But if you decide to leave a question blank, you can get 2 marks, which is more than the average that you would get if you just guessed on a question. However, you can't just leave the whole contest blank and try and get a high score that way. You'll only be able to do that for at most 10 questions. Okay. So as I say, this is the 2000 paper. I'll be doing other ones, but this is the one I want to start off with. It's the first contest of the new millennium. So let's take a look. We're going to do 1 question in each video. So we're just going to do question 1 right now. So, question 1. In part A, it's worth 5 marks. The value of 987 plus 113 minus 1000 is... Okay, well, if you go back into the instructions, you'll realize calculators are permitted, and it's always a good idea on just about any math contest to bring a calculator. So this one is straightforward. Use your calculator. Nothing tricky about it. If you didn't bring your calculator, that's okay. You could work it out by hand, but as I would encourage just about everyone to bring a calculator, and it's not like calculators are actually that hard to come by. You can go pick one up at your local drugstore that will do addition, subtraction, multiplication, all that fun stuff. I would just get out my calculator, and I'd start adding in the numbers. So 987 plus 113 is 1100, or 1100. And it's asking me to do 987 plus 113, which I've got, minus 1000. So that leaves me with 100 on my calculator. So I go back to the question, and I take a look at it. Well, 90, no, that's not what my calculator says. 10, no. 110, no. 1,000, sorry, 2,000, no. But one of the answers is 100. So I know I've done something right. So I would circle E, bubble it in, move on. Let's just keep track of it on our scrap piece of paper. So question 1, the answer will be E. Okay, and that's the one we would circle. It's a nice quick introductory question, so it's basically just, can you work a calculator, or can you do 3-digit number arithmetic by hand? Either way is fine, but it's not supposed to be a question you dwell on, so we're not going to dwell on it. It's the first question. It should hopefully be the one that everyone can do. So that's question number 1 on the grade 7 Gauss contest. For 2000, join me in the next video for question number 2.